I am Late to the Gamer, and today we're just going to take a quick look at the new games coming to consoles soon. Okay, I see they're making a remake to Crisis Core. That should be good. I mean, if they update the combat, I should be happy with that. And a remake to Resident Evil 4. I thought they did that already. And another remake. A remake for Dead Space. And rumors. A rumored remake for Horizon Zero Dawn. Are you kidding me? Give your nostalgia an erotic massage with the new Remakes 5. Remember that game you bought for $40, $50, $60? See them again for $70 on the new Remakes 5. All the remasters we can muster. Remasters from the PS2, PS3, and the remasters of the remasters released on PS4. Spending $500 never felt so good. Get the release you need with the Remakes 5. In this new console era, could you do us all a favor and focus on making new games? I'm not against remakes or remasters. What I am against is a remaster of a game from the most recent console era, especially these single-player games that didn't have an active player base, so developers and studios use our nostalgia against us. Remaking and remastering a game that came out a decade before is fine, even more so when the series is bundled together. That's an acceptable purchase, but something that just released a few years ago with just a graphical update is realizing that your sequel had better mechanics, so you revamp the original and resell it as a new game is remaking your game to fit microtransactions is we've got games that came out ready to play on the PS4 Pro getting remade for the PS5 now. Stop the Hearing a rumor that Horizon Zero Dawn might be remade with multiplayer factions is completely plausible. It falls in line with exactly what I said last week. Expect first-party single-player games to come out less often, less frequently, and with multiplayer aspects so we can be sold add-ons. Are you psyched for buying factions for multiplayer in a Zero Dawn remake? I sure as am not. When God of War was given a free 60 FPS boost for PS5, I thought that was great. I thought this is where PlayStation was going to go. Xbox does that for free. Games from the Xbox One that were ready for the next generation didn't come out with an upgrade price. Don't make me buy the same game again just because it's prettier. It's not even old yet. We just got a new installment of Horizon, and instead of hearing about the next installment in the series, there are rumors about going backwards and updating the old game to look and feel like the new game. Is there something I'm missing? For over 2 decades, I played almost exclusively on PlayStation. I play an Xbox exclusive from time to time like Bayonetta or Mass Effect, but I never owned a 360. But this console generation, I got each system, and I have to give Xbox this. Games from the previous generation were updated without digging a hole in my pocket. They load faster, they look better, and they have upscaled visuals, and they don't cost more. Why the does every PlayStation console exclusive have to be sold as an upgrade on a PS5? It's asinine. I'm gonna have an aneurysm. And Sony isn't the only company violating our nostalgia. Everyone is doing this as cheaply as possible. New graphics do not a new game make. So don't ask me for new game money. $70 for The Last of Us was ridiculous. I don't give a what they did to the game. The only way that could have been sold for $70 was if it came with 2 $20 bills tucked inside the case. It shouldn't have been made in the first place. It shouldn't even have been an idea. That should have been time spent making the next game. So many studios are doing this now. If it ain't multiplayer, then it's going to get remade or remastered. Multiplayer games have become the lifeblood of consoles now. They can add and modify content and sell you something new every day. And while those games are getting constant updates and patches, single-player games are just getting regurgitated back to us because nostalgia is a mother. How many times have you bought the same movie because they modernized the appearance? Once? Maybe twice? Would you do it every 3 goddamn years? Would you do it a year after the original release? Then a few more times? Probably not. It's stupid and it's the same story. So why is it okay for video games? Developers need to shape the up. This is ridiculous. Make something completely new, or if you feel the need to remaster a game, go further back into your library. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a great example. Another is Abe's Odyssey Soulstorm. Go back and remake Infamous, but actually remake it. Don't just widen the screen and put new skins on the characters. If we're gonna get jerked around by our nostalgia, it should be worth every dollar we spend. I didn't buy consoles to exclusively play multiplayer games that I can play on my computer. We buy consoles because 1, gaming computers are expensive, and 2, exclusive games. If my console is just an extension of my computer, then what's the point? If all the exclusive games are just remasters of games I already own, what's the point? PlayStation, do better. And put a web browser back in your console, you stingy